My name is Patricia Baronowski-Schneider, CEO of Pristine Advisors, investor relations, public relations, and media relations and marketing firm. I have over 35 years experience working in the industry for clients around the world in just about every niche possible.
I was recently asked a question about equity and equality in business. And it was actually an interesting topic because equity, normally you think about equity investments. So equity in a business is actually something that's very important. So equity in the workplace is basically the idea that all employees are provided with fair and equal opportunities based on their individual needs. And equity recognizes that not all employees are afforded the same opportunities and addresses the imbalance of opportunities available to them. So it was actually pretty interesting. So it is ironic where almost a form of discrimination where you basically need to afford everybody the same opportunities, yet it is tricky because, say, with a job application, the questions that they ask you, such as your education, it doesn't, like, there's no age discrimination, so they say. Yet, when they ask for your background, your jobs, your employment, your education, it doesn't take a rocket science to do the math and say, okay, this person's not 18. She's been working since, say, 1987, so she's got to be, in her 50s. And there are places that say, you don't have a master's degree or you don't have a bachelor's degree, we're not even going to consider you. So of course everyone's going to say that there's no discrimination, but yet these questions are required on your job application. So it makes it a little tricky. But in trying to decide various different ways to try to eliminate these, so there's a term DEI, which is diversity, equity, and inclusion. So there's a lot of ways that people can avoid that by doing DEI research. Basically, you have to have enough knowledge. From a business standpoint, you obviously don't want a lawsuit. You have to make sure you're doing everything legally correct, but then you should be doing something morally correct. Because people will work longer at a job that they feel welcome, they feel valued, and they don't feel, discriminated against or anything like that. So a good starting point is to have enough knowledge, understand the context, the history, and basically what it is you need to know to be able to fulfill this equity and equality. Then you want to examine your data. You need to know where you are in terms of your metrics, for step 2. You have to gather and analyze the pertinent data from your employees to determine the demographics of your business, including your leadership team, because it starts with the leadership team. You want to set a benchmark and metrics for the DEI goals that you want to attain after gathering the information. And the metrics should consist of information regarding your hiring, your practice data, your data on advancement, your exit interviews are super important, and maybe survey on, employment engagement. Then you want to establish goals and demonstrate accountability. So as a company, you have to establish measurable goals in the beginning. Your hiring procedure should be transparent from job specification to pay equity. Then there's something called employee resource groups, or ERGs, and they're important because that would be someone who oversees a lot of this and who employees can go to when they feel that they have an issue or when they have a problem. But also, don't discriminate any type of discrimination at work. Don't tolerate any type of discrimination at work. That's a key number one importance. From the hiring stage to the exit interview, your company's human resources must treat everyone fairly. No employee should be subjected to discrimination at work on the basis of race, culture, ethnicity, sexual orientation, or gender, or anything. If you can keep on top of that and make sure it starts at the top, that your human resources and your staff and your leaders are all transparent and treat everybody equal, then you have equity and equality at your job. But exit interviews are also really important because, obviously you want a company or a job that there's not constant turnover, where people love where they're at, they feel important, they feel valued. And, if you're at a company and it has a tremendous turnover of people, that's a red flag for anybody who wanting to work there. But if you have a company who values their employees and bringing people from all walks of life to, different backgrounds, different, ideas, it's really important. But anybody who leaves, have an exit interview. I know they're super important, but can you believe in all my years of working, I never once had one. Nobody seemed to care why anybody would leave. And again, I'm not the type of person who just left jobs just because. I left jobs basically for other reasons. But, having an exit interview will give you, there's no bias, no, they're leaving anyway, but getting valuable feedback on what it was like being an employee. Maybe you have a staff member, a supervisor who, really tore these people apart, and you have no idea that that's what they're doing. Or maybe the person can tell you that the job that they were hired for wasn't even remotely close to the job that they were doing. Maybe they'll tell you that we're doing the job of 5-6 people that you're paying, and I'm the only one doing the work, and I've had enough. It's really important to find out why people were leaving. And, so having an exit interview will go a long way. And yeah, it's super important to have equity and equality in your job, in your business, for moral reasons, for legal reasons, and just, that's what being a great company is all about.
Feel free to like, subscribe, comment, share this post with anybody you think would find it valuable. And don't forget, click the bell notification to find out about future videos. As the title of my post says, been there, done that. I guarantee you through the years, I've done it all. Through my decades of working in the industry, I've learned a lot. I've learned from many mistakes, and I can help you put you in front of the audience that matters most to you. Contact me at 631-756-2486. You can also email me at PBARONOWSKI at Pristine Advisors. That's PRISTINEADVISERS.com. You can also find out more about me on my website at pristineadvisors.com. You can also find out more about me on my other website at PBARONOWSKI.com.